So I already asked you guys, how's everybody doing? Okay. Okay. So by round of applause, who here has increased their deen this weekend? Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, round of applause. Who here has been shady this weekend? No, that's not a good thing. Did you get what I said? Oh, okay, so you're being shady, okay. Okay, this is a question for the guys. For the guys here. You guys are young, but who here got a haircut just for the convention? Okay, that's right. I'm sure all the girls were in the malls this weekend or last week looking for stuff, but I won't ask you guys because we all know you all did. Okay, so my name is Tara Hasaballah. I'm going to MC the Poetry Slam. We have about 12 or 13 people speaking today. I actually submitted poems, but I didn't make the cut. So I'm still going to say my poems, though, because it's not fair. Because I think mine are good. Do you guys want to hear my poems? No? It's haters, man. Okay, well, this is my first poem before our first speaker. My first poem is called Mama, Can You Make Me Tuna? Mama, can you make me tuna? I wake up in the morning, tired and sick. First thing I think about is Mama's tuna fish. That's good, I like that. No mayo, hand-squeezed limes, a little oil, and of course the tuna fish. Bumblebee tuna, chicken of the sea, but not Costco's brand, because that tastes like, can't say that. I love my mommy. She's definitely number one on my list. But if she don't make my tuna, she's dropping down to number 6. That was good. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked that one. Yeah, clap it up. Okay, our first presenter is going to be, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Lojane Kiswani. It's called We Teach Life, Sir, and she's from Chicago.
Hello? Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I actually did not write this piece. It's called We Teach Life, Sir by Rafif Ziyada, and I thought I'd perform it for you guys. Ready? Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits filled enough with statistics to counter measured response. So I perfected my English and learned my UN resolutions. But still he asks me, this reporter, he asks me, don't you think everything would be resolved if you just stopped teaching your children hatred? Pause. I look inside me for strength to be patient, but patience is not on the tip of my tongue as the bombs go down on Gaza. Patience has just escaped me. Pause. We teach life, sir. Pause. We teach life, sir. We teach life after they have occupied the last skies. We teach life after they have built their settlements and apartheid walls. We teach life, sir. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. And then he tells me, give us a story, a human story. You see, this is not political. We just want to tell people about you and your people. So give us a human story. Don't use that word apartheid or occupation. This is not political. You have to help me as a journalist to help you tell your story, which is not a political story. And then I tell him, today, my body was a TV'd massacre. How about you tell me a story about a woman in Gaza who needed medication? How about you? Do you have enough broken bone limbs to cover the sun? Do you? Hand me over your dead and give me their names in a 1,200 word limit. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits and move those who are desensitized to terrorist blood. But they felt sorry. They felt sorry for the cattle over Gaza. So I give them their UN resolutions and statistics, and we condemn, and we deplore, and we reject. And these are not two equal sides, occupier and occupied. And I count 100 dead, 200 dead, and 1,000 dead. And between that war crime and massacre, I vent out words like not exotic, not terrorist. And I count 100 dead, 1,000 dead. Is anyone out there? Will anyone listen? I wish I could wail over their bodies. I wish I could run barefoot in every refugee camp and hold every child and cover their ears so they won't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their life like I do. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre, and there is nothing your UN resolutions have ever done about this. And no soundbite I ever come up with, no matter how good my English gets, will fix this. No soundbite will bring them back to life. We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up each morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir. Thank you.
Jazakumullah khair. Who liked that poem? It was okay. Mine was pretty good, but it was okay. It was good. It was good. It was good, mashallah. Okay, next speaker is Asma Ahmed, the man on the moon, representing La Crosse, Wisconsin. Where's she at?
Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah, she set the standards high. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. So yeah, my poem is called The Man on the Moon. She looks up at the night sky, admiring each star while watching them twinkle like diamonds. She analyzes this beauty and ponders how it's possible some people go on with life not even noticing this wonder. She looks to the left and notices the man on the moon is looking at her, concerned. Then she looks back at the stars and realizes they're looking at her too. Her eyebrows scrunch and her lips purse, while her confused eye fears. What is it that could be so important that the stars and the man on the moon are so worried about? She reaches out toward the sky and tries to hold just one star so it could tell her what it is she's doing wrong or right or not at all. Her life is like a hole. Every day she comes up with some sort of idea to help her get out, yet every time she falls back down. But she tries again and again because she has something called confidence, something called bravery that allows her to try to succeed until she gets it right. As she glances at the man on the moon and his soldiers, it finally comes to her why they're so concerned. It is her, still in her hole, with so many others that bothers them so. But what perplexes her is how to put a stop to this. She climbs slowly on some roots up with all her strength. Every second passes by as if it were a year. She feels sweat on her forehead and wipes away the urge to wipe it off. Her foot slips, but her hand holds on tight, so tight that her hand starts to ache. She's almost there. She can see it, and even better, feel it. Just a foot left. Her hand reaches the top and clings on for life. She climbs out of the hole and can't help but yell with joy. Each time she yells, she feels the vibrations in her vocal cords. She knows now why the man on the moon was so concerned. The earth is beautiful. She walks slowly, inspecting it while making sure she doesn't fall in another hole. She knows now what it feels like to get out of the hole. She laughs and cries at the same time from joy. She chokes, then whispers, "I'm free." She raises her voice a little louder and says, "I'm free." Then she yells, "I'm free," so that everybody else in their hole can hear her. She knows now what the ground looks like, and she can't wait to see the sunset, her first sunset. She knows now what this beauty is called, the beauty greater than the stars and the moon put together. It's called success.
Jazakumullah khair. You guys should know it's not easy to do what they're doing. So make sure you're clapping hard. Next speaker. Hold on. If you're gonna clap, I gotta stop talking. Okay, next speaker is Lujane, another Lujane. Never heard that name until today twice. Lujane Quader, the Freedom Wars, representing a city called, I don't know how to pronounce it, in Ypsilanti. Wait, everybody here's from Ypsilanti? Okay, Lujane, the Freedom Wars.
Yeah, mine is like really short and simple, so whatever. Okay. My mind is a puzzle, unable to be defined. A blur, though the thoughts may differ. Think clearly and run. They say no soul is clean and no soul is saved. Run while the bombs drop around you like the acid rain. While mothers are killed, babies taken, and fathers dead by the morning. They say don't hide from the storm, but learn to dance in the rain. But how do you dance when the hearts are in vain, and the music's no more, and the world is at war? We fight for freedom and a chance to survive. They scream the words that everyone has heard. Dictator. When? When will this be over? When the people are dead and there's nothing left to be said? 17 wounded, 53 killed. What about their children? Were their needs fulfilled? Left stranded alone where their hearts lie unknown. Kill as they might, the message will remain a light. Those who died in search of a guide, their pain we are unable to hide. They say to follow the dying ashes, to stand up and to have strong belief, because in all hardships there is relief.
Let's give it up for Ypsilanti, Michigan. How big is that city? Small. Okay, all right. Guys clapping a little too loud for Ypsilanti. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay, next speaker is Nahla Samara. This poem is called I Am a Living Miracle from Chicago.
I am a living miracle. I've suffered days and nights of restless sleep. I have been injured, cut so deep. I have lost my people, my kids, and my trees, yet I handle it all because I am a living miracle. I've heard gunshots and bullets and bombs. I've seen families being separated. I've seen endless rivers of tears flow by, yet I handle it all because I am a living miracle. My children died one by one, but they always come back alive. Despite the blood and souls I've sacrificed, my spirit survived and will never die because I am a living miracle. I have been blessed by the dome of the rock, the journey of the best of mankind. I've been known for olives and grapes on the vines, yet I'm the one you can't mock because I am a living miracle. Because of the smoke the bombs have released, I've seen the clouds run away and cry. But the shouts of my people were never kissed, and my spirit survived, and it will never, no. And the bright days will come by because I am a living miracle. No matter how many jails they build, no matter how many people they kill, no matter how many buildings they destroy, no matter how many families they divide, I'll always be strong and my light will shine because I am a living miracle. I am a living miracle. Here I call out for anyone who can hear, to whom their hearts are filled with fear. Here are my boys, just look and see. I am the wound of this nation. I am the strongest sensation. I am the smell of history. I am the deepest mystery. I am the truth of the dark. I am the light of the dark night sky. I am the truth when every single nation lies. I am the living miracle. Men, women, children of all ages suffer for my sake through days and nights. I hold them in my sunshine, warm and bright. I am your mother, kind and loving. Keep holding on because freedom is coming. Some who left their warm and cozy beds. Some who argued without anything said. Some who gave up their food for 66 days. We want our freedom without delay. I am a living miracle. I am the country you will see when you close your eyes. I am the second most holy place. If I am gone, I'm a loss. If I am gone, you should know that I am a loss you will not be able to replace. Protect me with your souls. I am Palestine. I am a living miracle.
MashaAllah. I'm a miracle too. Okay? I'm gonna get that on CD, so I use that to work out. I am a miracle. My mom tells me that all the time. Okay, so before we get to our next speaker, first of all the girls doing all the poems, what's up with the guys? What's up with that? We got like 2 guys. Oh, you guys are getting haircuts, huh? Okay, man, we can't hear you, bro, so I don't know. But I know you guys like rap. But anyway, let me get to my poem because this poem is awesome. Okay? It's not like I am miracle, but it's decent. Okay. This poem is it's about someone I used to love. Like I used to love it so much. It's gone now. It's called Please Come Back. Please come back. Just want to make sure you guys understand. All right. Why did you have to go? What did I do? I thought we had more time, at least till I was 22. When I was 19, I started to lose you, but I didn't want to believe it. Everybody told me, bro, you're losing your hair. But I was blind. I didn't want to see it. I kept losing more and more. I prayed for it to stop. I would go to the barber and tell him, half on the sides, don't touch the top. Well, you're gone now. It's over. I'm all out of cries. It's okay. My mom says girls like bald guys. Told you it was good, man. Okay, our next presenter. Our next presenter is Anfal Abdul-Jabir. Man, you sisters, mashallah, man, you guys are so supportive. Fellas, man, you guys are killing us. Anyway, poem is called Palestine Will Recover from Chicago.
Look into my eyes. What do you see? It's me, trying to flee from all the destruction you caused. I actually thought you'd pause, but you're like a tornado, destroying everything in its path, wanting everyone to feel its wrath. You say it's to defend yourself against what? A boy holding a stone, or against the mothers crying for their children and begging you not to kill them? But we will not let you win. You will see one day Palestine will rise again and we will get our freedom. The freedom we deserve. Yes, us Palestinians one day will be heard. So laugh all you want, because I assure you, we will get the last laugh. So Netanyahu, you take your staff and run, because like I said, Palestine will rise as one and we will be stronger than ever. Palestine will recover.
Jazakumullah khair. Yeah, we get it. Free Palestine. No, I'm just kidding. Don't clap when the girl's still in her speech, please. Girl side, you're making it harder for her. Okay. Good job, though. Next speaker is Manar Muhammad. Poem is called Occupied Home. She's representing Kenosha, Wisconsin. Where you at?
Assalamu alaikum. If you asked me a few years ago to tell you about my home, I tell you about the green olive trees that have lived for hundreds of years, their leaves never falling off. I tell you that my cousins and aunts and uncles climbed the mountain every year toward the land they called theirs, anxiously picking at the olives when they were ripe, anticipating how much oil they would make this year. If you asked me a few years ago to tell you about my home, I'd try my best to describe the scent of freshly baked bread my grandmother used to make every time we visited her, and how I could practically taste her excitement in every bite I took. I tell you how my aunt used to beg me to sleep over, ignoring the 11-year age difference between us. I tell you how my uncle used to chase us around the yard, whether we were 5 or 15. I tell you about the amounts of Arabic coffee that used to be brewed, enough for every adult in the house to sit together and drink enough to keep them laughing until dawn. If you asked me to tell me about my home, if you asked me to tell you about your home, I'd imitate the call for prayer that used to echo through the skies 5 times a day, waking us up before dawn to be thankful to our Lord for allowing us to bow down to Him once more, and putting us to bed every night after praying that we'd be able to have one more day to be thankful to Him. If you asked me a few years ago to tell you about my home, I tell you about the day I saw 2 tanks, 3 Hummers, and 4 Jeeps parked outside my grandparents' home. How the soldiers dragged my uncle into the backyard and made him dig like a dog in front of every child in the house. The guns of the 40-some soldiers pointed at us, at the uncle I loved, the uncle who told me stories about how he stood up to the soldiers, how he was never afraid. And yet, now here he was, looking more vulnerable than ever. Yet he still encouraged my 10-year-old self to try my best to not look afraid in the eyes of the gun that was pointed right at us. I tell you about how when my mother handed the captain her American passport, he asked her one question: "Are you a Palestinian?" And when she nodded, he pointed to the rest of her family and said, "Then you sit just like them." If you asked me a few years ago to tell you about my home, I tell you about the time my father couldn't come home to us because the barriers were closed and the country was in a state of war. I tell you about how every time I went to my grandparents' house, I wondered, would I wake up and see those Jeeps and soldiers outside my grandparents' house again? I tell you about the time when I was 12, watching the helicopters bomb the city next to us, and how my mother called me and told me that she and my younger sister were stuck in the middle of all that chaos, and how utterly terrified I was that I would never see them again. And yet I wondered what my little sister was thinking. Would she grow up too quickly? But now, if you ask me about my home today, I tell you that those men armed with guns were no match to the young men armed with determination and love for their country, and how they aren't afraid to die for their freedom. I tell you that all I can do is watch buildings get hit with rockets, floors collapse, every brick that made up that building fall to the ground, taking every memory with it. I tell you about the time I watched a grown man who never shed a single tear weep like there was no tomorrow, yelling, "My family is gone, Ya Rab, my family, it's gone." I tell you how this war is not a war between 2 countries. It's a battle between an occupier and its occupied people. If you ask me about my home today, I tell you to come back to me in the future, on a day when if you asked me this question, I'd be able to tell you, "Didn't you hear? We aren't occupied anymore."
Why are you guys looking at me when you say it? I'm not occupying Palestine. Okay, next speaker, mashallah, jazakumullah khair. Next speaker is Heidi Dwaidari. The poem is called I Am the Revolution, but the author is Amal Qasir, is that it? Okay. And she's from Chicago. You want to say hi back?
high. I am. Wait. I am. I am the revolution. Bullet wounds tattooed on my skin. Bullet is my ink, but this paper is wearing thin. Because I'm a martyr, wearing a peaceful grin. I am the flag of freedom, and I wave in the dusty wind. Ashab is the attorney. Our blood is red, our hearts are white, and our land was green. So now our black bruises are blinding. نحن نريد إسقاط النظام. These are the people who want the collapse of our system. Our political agenda, we're able to resist them. With the peace sign in our right hand and a rock in our left. Bashar al-Assad, we will die the same because in flesh we are brothers. So bring forth your tanks because I will meet them nose to nose. My dead body will only fertilize the Damascus rose, because I am the mother's prayer against the oppressor. I am the national anthem before the dictator. حماة الديار عليكم سلام أمنت أن تزلم نفوس الكرام. I am the song of freedom and the clinging of chains. I am the people's revolutionary campaign. I am the Allahu Akbar that sits in the hope of change. I am the final end of bullets, what will end this game. Because I am the political cartoon that results the broken bones. Bashar al-Assad, I can hear you, Bash. What happened to your tongue? Did you realize that you can't shoot at revolution? You've got rows of men, but I've got rows of pen. And I write this in permanent ink. By God, this will end. I now eat bullets because you starved me. I promise you that you will always be hungrier than me. Your nation has already fallen, can't you see? That a country is not built on tyranny. You're not scaring me. Because the oppressors of history already laid out your destiny on me. Hitler, Gaddafi, Stalin, Mussolini, and most importantly, your father has taught me that Bashar al-Assad, that one day you are going to die and the whole world will be watching.
You guys gonna hug every person that does a speech? No, honestly, mashallah, that was very good, very good. Next speaker is Huda Nuruddin. The poem is, you guys know everybody? I don't understand. You know every speaker? Okay, Summers Mujadedi. That's the person who wrote it, right? And then the poem was called The Covering. This is my cousin, by the way.
I was planning to say something extremely funny, but I forgot it. So. Okay. Wrapped, pinned, tight, or loose. Sometimes it feels like just a noose. The glares, the stares, the judging eyes. My spirits spiral in demise. Hidden secret or on plain display. How shall I wear my crown today? Torn, reborn, forlorn, and lost. Dare I adorn, and at what cost? To seize with ease the gentle breeze. Through locks of hair my mind I tease. Tears, fears of what others say. Leers, sneers tear my heart away. Once chosen, not broken, who am I now? Wings clipped, head low, to you I bow. My heart make firm to best discern the lessons I am meant to learn. With my crest, therefore, I follow suit, covering, discovering, recovering, my faith renewed.
The brothers are hating right now. Are you guys not gonna clap? Don't hate, man. Just because you guys want to go up here like the girls are, you guys should clap for them. All right, next speaker. What's up, man? Okay. All right, inshallah. About to get security on you, bro. I don't know you like that. All right. Next speaker is Amir Ghali. All right. Amir Ghali, your veil, my gaze. Ypsilanti.
Well, actually, I changed the poem a bit. It's actually now the poem is called Where Are the Men? I tried to translate it from Arabic. It's supposed to be Wain al-Shabab. Because it's sad to see that most of the men today are the types that can't be bothered to help their countrymen. They just want to play. The men that don't have the kind of courage to say enough is enough and just turn away. When little do they know that every single day, most real men, younger than age, are being beaten, killed, murdered, and slain only because they demanded freedom. And when their oppressors said disperse, they did not run away. Rather, they ran the opposite way. Ran towards the tank, the bullets, and the planes. Ran towards the day when they could say, we are free. When they could say, Ya Bashar, Ya Israel, I am me, and I am free.
Hey, there's like 80 people in Ypsilanti total. They're all here today. Hey, honestly, Chicago, if you're from Chicago, you should be ashamed, because Ypsilanti is like 1/20th. They're holding it down. Okay. All right, bro. You're killing me over here. Next speaker is Rayan Zaid. Poem is untitled. Oh, wait. Montgomery, Alabama. Alabama, right?
Okay. Put down the McDonald's. The Starbucks needs to go. Once you're reminded of the injustice and occupation, you can't use the excuse you didn't know. Because the countries in need reach out to us. They say they've had enough. They call on us to stand with them, but none of us pick up. The world is blind to the blood. The gruesome deaths are only on TV. They're blind to the destroyed homes, the fire, the ashes, and the debris. They don't hear of the atrocities, the broken hearts and the sorrow. They don't hear the sobs in the night and the praying for a better tomorrow. They forget the thousands of children orphaned and left alone. They forget that they're merely babies, forced to cope on their own. There's no mention of the brother hiding a lock of his sister's hair and thinking he could have saved her if only he'd been there. There's no mention of the father that dies trying to save his family, and the one little girl that lives through it is left with the dead body of her daddy. We forget the loving neighbor who takes in the family next door and tries to be strong with them as their home tumbles to the floor. We forget the little girl trying to piece what's left of her family back together, forced to be strong at such a young age, taking the role of friend, sibling, and mother. We forget the little boy with a rock in his hand, ready to fight, to defend his home and country, and give his mom back her rights. We forget about the mother that buried her children one after the other. We forget that she buried the pieces of her heart with her sons, and they will never be put back together. We forget the thousands of martyrs that sacrificed their lives for the Holy Land. We forget their courage and pride in their country, the extent of love that we don't understand. We forget the purity of their hearts as they kissed their loved ones goodbye. We forget the dedication they had as they set out knowing they were going to die. We go out and we rally and we think we've done our parts. We forget it's our brothers and sisters out there that have faced the pain and heartache from the start. How loud does your country have to cry? How much does she need to bleed? How broken does she need to get before you realize she is in need?
Jazakumullah khair. Alabama. Come a long way, man. Next speaker is Musa Jabir. Poem is called Voice of Palestine from Detroit.
Assalamu alaikum. It's called Voice of Palestine. It's world through the Palestinian kids' eyes. It says, sitting here while the world turns, wondering when it's my turn, or wondering what the good life feels like and when it's my turn. Around, see my faces, feel my hunger, trade me place and see how it feels to live in these kind of places. A world where the weak don't fear, my voice you can't hear, but know that we are here. Fight a tank with a rock, stuck in hell or in prison with no key to the lock. Tell me what's better. Can't read or write, so I can't send a letter. Stuck in poverty and illiterate, so I hate my life just to be specific. Still I live, because if I die, my mom will have a shattered heart. They destroy our homes and they better our arts. No, even if you kill me, my soul will still fight, because Allah is where I get my strength and where I get my might. Even in the dark, I can see the light. but I call it hope, holding on to it like it's a rope. I need you to help me, hoping that the United Nations deal with the people that did the raids and the stupid blockades, but not the first incident, because to my people, they're intolerant. Why do they treat them like kings and us like some things just in the way, and the only way to get rid of us is to get rid of us? As living organisms, we need to show them that we will not rest until the justice system is put to the test. But we are Muslims, to show them in the kindest way. But make sure that does not go away. Support Palestine, but not by being mean, but show them that it's time to show a sign that we have a spine. And just be kind and show the UN that we are not blind. Thank you.
Hey, bro, you're not supposed to get up like that, you know. They clap for you. All right, thank you, man. Okay, next speaker is Dania Azhari. Poem is called Two Mirrors from Chicago. Ypsilanti people, they don't clap except for Ypsilanti, huh?
Now, what is the speed of darkness? Does it matter how fast you go, in infinite motion, quick or slow, when you are going nowhere, when we are going nowhere? Blood is thick and sightless, and to plunge into it is mightless. So why are we battling ourselves, wading deeper in blood, sinking in the flood, becoming one with the mud, as quickly as we are born, accomplishing nothing? Don't deny it. When we hide it, we fall inside it, deeper, darker, lost. Do you know the darkness deeper than darkness? The black hole that swallows the black hole? It's when you have a personal cannibal savoring your soul, consuming it whole. Do you know him? It's when you have that little leech in your brain, numbing your senses to pain, slowly churning, turning, reprogramming until you're insane. Do you know it? Look in the mirror. Now you know it. We all know it. It's so close. When our greatest enemy is ourselves, the dawn is farthest from the night. When our greatest enemy is ourselves, we shrink from the fight. When our greatest enemy is ourselves, we look in the mirror and turn off the light. They say that darkness is what we fear, but it can make troubles disappear, so our ugly secrets cannot rear their filthy faces back in mind. Harsh sights don't mar the blind, and so it's believed ignorance is kind. Rewind. Maybe it's not the sightless abyss as much as the bittersweet sweet kiss, the beauteous temptress who is golded beneath the light and gilded beneath the gold. And then, hollow, such is vice, first sugar, then spice, naughty from nice. She calls to you twice, once to entice, then for the price. The harlot has become the beast, and the weak are her feast. Who better to hunt than we, who believe we see, when our sight is limited to that tiny spectrum of visible light? And so, we stare into the sun, and our senses it does stun. But what we think is bright and beautiful will take our sight and run. So how do we sleep when the monster is not beneath our beds, but within our heads, always eager with a request, imploring it knows best, and its tongue knows no rest. No rest, no rest. Quiet. We want to give in, but we know our test. If we had no purpose, darkness is fine. It's life and death intertwined. Why mind? If you begin, you end where you begin. If virtue ends like sin, no one wins. But we have a drive to do more than survive, because we come out of this life alive. Fight that parasite, plaguing our hearts, tearing us apart. This is our start. Today is the end of tomorrow. So let not our rebirth kindle sorrow, fear, guilt. Look back at what you built with humble happiness, and inshallah, with our perspectives rearranged, we can make a change within ourselves before all. For without that foundation, great towers fall. In this blackest night, our religion is our moon, and Quran is our tune. And with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will, our renaissance shall come soon. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Jazakumullah khair. When you say two mirrors, I'm having trouble like picturing that. What do you put two mirrors like this?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Because I was thinking of it like a cycle. Like, why are we facing two mirrors against each other? It's just this eternal thing of reflection. There's nothing that comes out of it.
Okay. Thank you. That's too deep for me, but thank you. Next speaker is Aya Shahadi. Poem is called Denial. Where's the clapping for Aya? Ypsilanti.
Assalamualaikum. So before I wanted to start, I wanted to create like a backdrop for my poem. I read this fact where if you press two hearts against each other, eventually in time they begin beating at the same time, at the same pace. And that just, subhanAllah, reminded me how we all strive for the same thing. Even our hearts strive for the same thing. We all, and even when you put them together, eventually if you put so many together at once, it'll reverberate so loudly that, you know, there's no choice but to be heard. So I'm going to begin. Okay. All right. Have you not noticed the puddles of blood in your tread? Ever thought of the color red? Love and war, two opposite things. Of course, the hypocrisy of all generations' kings. And the kids who've died without actually dying, their tears have dried up, and there's no room left for crying. Only guns and death and trying. Trying to fly, but finding no wings to believe in. Yes, and the soldier coming back with a badge and an imaginary tombstone, because the combat zone isn't the only place that he'll die. It is possible to live death. To live the life of a mother, living every day fearing the glance at her son will be her last. But then again, the poisonous gas isn't the first death he would have tasted. And don't you feel the alienation of us sitting here, not exactly digesting the destruction, but just spitting it back up. We are decaying, we are dying. Our bullets have rusted our hearts, and the guns they hold lovingly have seduced us. We've resorted to scraping tidbits of joy off bloods on the walls. They say it's a war on terror, but they taught me not to fight fire with fire. And the war that rages within us has spread, infiltrating our heads. Where are the men we have led? The rope of God has been reduced to a thread, because those gunshots you hear on TV Saturday nights are only the echoes of what we bred inside here. Yes, I think it's time to question our digression. Where is the progression of 1,000 inventions, poetry to fill an entire library? They thought the Great Depression was only financial, but it is possible for hearts to starve, for souls to crave life. You are good, born soft-skinned and all smiles, only crying when you needed something, so eager to wrap your little fingers around anyone who cared. But then you grew, wandered into forests of gilded butterflies of rusted wings and dead flowers painted with acrylic paint, chipping at the edges but seemingly intact. You think you'll be happy, but you don't realize that even birds are chained to the sky. You are human, and we should pity the human, so vulnerable, so small, thinking a few minutes of enlightenment will be a drawl. Do you realize how beautiful it is? The words uttered by God, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. They may define mainstream like a dream, but you don't realize you're going downstream. Splash, the water is scalding, but you don't stop to think. If humans became extinct, would the world go on?
This is a warning. If we see anybody trying to put their hearts together, especially the guys and the girls, see if it beats together, we're gonna have a problem, okay? That's the first thing. A is from Chicago, right? That's right. Okay, we have one more official last speaker, but I think some people wanted to come in at the end and do their thing. So we have Hadid Ali. Poem is called Good Times from Dallas.
My poem is called Good Times. Good times, good times, good times, they say. For what are the good times? Is it shopping, reading, gathering? For what are the good times they speak about? Is it their religion, family, hobby? I wonder, what are the good times? Is it knowledge, discoveries, history? What are the good times? Perhaps Islam is my source of good times. There have been miracles, great, great miracles. There have been celebrations, for those are good times. They think that money, wealth, a house, and much, much more are good times, for they are wrong. Islam is the source of good times.
Hey, you are good. You could do a lot of things. You could sell cars. You could be in politics. MashaAllah. Very good job. Let's give a round of applause one more time for everybody who spoke. But I think we have time. Where's Cheyenne? Where's Cheyenne? Okay, we have time to do some freestyling, just people who want to come up and do their thing. But let me tell you right now, if there's any curse words or anything inappropriate, I will tackle you. Anybody. Oh, if it's a girl, I'll have one of the girls. Cheyenne will tackle you. Okay, I know a brother wanted to come up and do something. Where'd he go? He left? All right, you're up, bro. You're his friend, right? You want to come up, dude? Okay.
All right, I am from Chicago. And this is a poem. It's not by me, but it's by one of my favorite slam poets. His name is Taylor Maley. And this guy is like my dream to meet him one day, because this poem, it's so good I memorized it, kind of. So I'm gonna try it. Hopefully I'll do well. In case you haven't realized, it has somehow become uncool to sound like you know what you're talking about, or to believe strongly in what you are saying. Invisible question marks and parenthetical you knows and you know what I'm saying have been attaching themselves to the end of our sentences, even though when these sentences aren't questions. Declarative sentences, because they declare things to be true, as opposed to other things that are totally, not. They've been infected by this totally cool, hip, interrogative tone. And don't think I'm saying this just because I know this, okay? I'm not inviting anyone to join me. All I'm saying is that we live in an inarticulate generation, and we have come a long way. What has happened to our conviction? Where are the limbs upon whence we once walked? Have they been chopped down with the rest of the rainforest? Or do we have nothing to say? Has society become so filled with these convicted feelings of nye that we have become the most inarticulate generation to come along since, a long time ago? So I implore you, I entreat you, and I challenge you to speak with conviction, to speak in a manner of which bespeaks you. Because contrary to the wisdom of the bumper sticker, it is not enough these days to simply question authority. You got to speak with it, too. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I say you know what I'm saying a lot. Okay? So if you got a problem with that, we can talk after. Okay, so we had a brother go, we have a sister go. Okay, sister, you already walking, I have no choice but to say yes, so.
My name is Lena, I'm from Kansas. My title is called The Beacon of Beauty. And just to let you guys know, I wasn't prepared, so probably gonna look at my phone the whole time, but I thought it was worth sharing. Roman men knew her well. As the heart of the world, they named her Provincia Syria Palestina. Hail Palestine. She is adored like a young bride, polygamist yet evades capture, as she advocates the wishes of the master. Men are her minions, and women are her ladies in court. Such inhabitants should yield plenty of so-called milk and honey. Such things disappeared long ago, you didn't know? Palestine has gallons of tears and sticky streets, from spoiled fruit and dripping blood. The cisterns are empty, have been for years. Even her wells are foul and full of stanching mud. Palestine, she's real, but she's not divine. She has ulcers and open wounds of every kind, one on her shoulder and one on her hip, blemishes and bruises on her hip, on her banks and strips. Dig down deep enough and you will see her scars, sprinkled with bones and relics still charred. Palestine used to be, because she was always a bride to be. Always a bride to be. Provincia, Syria, Palestina. Palestina. She is a beacon of beauty, causing the soul to alight. She compresses the space between the earth and sky. Grooms, in robes and thobes, detailed with tassels, woven geometric designs shaped like a sultan's castle. Stone towns so old, it looks like they could crumble to pieces. Yet they never do. Native flowers tilt their heads up high, to the pigeons perched up high, on bleached stone walls that glare back into your eyes. Palestine, her breeze will always find you like the cat that sails around your feet, causing the candles to flicker at night, moving shadows in the street. Palestine, she will recover, but not at the cost of others. The lemon's blossoms will bloom tomorrow, but nowadays it's no big deal. She conserves for those who profess true love, who cultivate her fields, who preserve and nurture from below and above. The world is her witness, not even her cracks can conceal. The tortured souls of my people are real.
Jazakumullah khair. Do we have a brother? No, obviously. We got somebody? But you can't do rap songs. You gotta do your own stuff. Let's go.
The sands of time determine how a man is defined. Time waits for no man, leaving planets behind, leaving decades to degrade, ages with the sages, and the phrases which we play with all set to death's grave. As our breaths fade, we learn more and more, like why the clock won't stop and what time has in store, why the early bird gets the worm, others go hungry. And the number one cause of loss in life is money. People will sell time to get a dime, in the jeans a nickel, fickle to brothers for some of the green, mean. But they don't understand the man's plan, how life will unfold in the palms of his hand. From the cradle to the grave, from the abled to the aged, time does not change for change. Now watch. He never stays, yeah, forever strayed, making choices real quickly, or the second hand will move too fast. He'll have to skip me. Can't extend longevity, but lose it to a bullet. Until the last breath in me, I'll live it to the fullest. Can't buy longevity. His currency is currently. The way you spend your time, forget about the urgency. Stop and smell the roses, because beauty requires patience. And patience is a beauty the mu'mina is usually waiting. People don't take the moment to forgive their opponent, too caught up in drama. Happiness, live to own it. You can't break its components, time won't fall to bits. But there's a reason the present is called a gift.
That was actually really good. Seriously, mashallah. Did you guys get the intricacies of what he was talking about? Hold on, man, you just gonna leave? You just gonna do your poem and go? Like a phantom. Doesn't even exist. Okay, we got a sister coming up again, putting me in an awkward position. I have no choice, I'm just kidding. Hadid, you're definitely going. You are VIP, you're doing whenever.
All right, I didn't write this because it's too good for me to write. But I'm putting together a poetry program, and this is by Maya Angelou. It's really famous. It's called Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the moons and like the suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise.
We were gonna pull the plug on you when you said the other word in there. All right. Anybody else? Hadid's money. She's money in the bank. She's going no matter what. You want? For real. If you're gonna do, you want to do for real? I'll do one for real. All right. No cursing. No cursing, right?
Huh?
No cursing.
No cursing. All right, I wrote a poem. It's called Terrorists, because people are associated at school or something. So, let's go. Yes, I go to school, and yes, I'm treated sometimes like a fool. I meet some peeps, and I get some stares. Those ones that wish you weren't even there. They say that word that makes you hurt, the one associated with Osama. People think that you're just Obama. They talk about buildings and airplanes too. You hate it. You hate it a lot. It hurts. You want to run and hide. You wish you were the one that, you wish you would have just gone and died. Stand up and tell them, no, fool, I'm a normal person just like you. You're a regular person just like them. Yes, a regular person just like them.
Good job, man, mashallah. That's not easy. Just let you guys know. It doesn't matter if the poem is awesome or it's Maya Angelou. To get up here and do that, it's very hard. So give everybody a round of applause. All right, Hadid. Hadid, right?
I made this poem a while ago, and it's kind of really short. Look at me and look at you. What do you see? Is it true? Do you love him too? I love him for the things he's done. People have made fun. But he stays calm as the sunrise dawn. People try to be like him, but still do wrong. There's no one that is as strong. This person is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
She's too cute, man. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. How you gonna brag like that, though? Okay, the sister in the back. Oh, let's alternate girls and guys. So let's go. All right. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't talk about it. You guys want to go or no? No, you guys? Sure? I got the mic, right? Hold up, real quick. You guys want to go or no? Okay. Next sister. What's going on right now? Okay, we'll get you after. We'll get you after. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, ready? Oh, shit. Okay, this poem was written by a friend, like right now. Okay, ready? Bismillah. Kill, punch, stab, bleed. Why is this suburban kid so mad? I have no clue. I'd like to hurt all of you, but I gotta be back by curfew. So until I'm free from all this love my family's supposedly giving me, I'm gonna be mad for no reason. I love you, Dad.
Who wrote it? Amar? I don't care, okay? I'm moving on. I can't hear everybody. Okay, the sister over here, because those girls are gonna kill me if I don't let her go. So.
This is called the Holocaust Reversed. It goes, what the hell? It goes, it goes like truth portraying, it's displaying, history's replaying, what's become a reality show. It'll hit you like a hard blow. Watch, it's betraying, children playing how to hide from bullets spraying, mothers praying for their family's pride with tears that dried. For men that died, for kids that subside, why'd you change a channel? I'll broadcast it worldwide. Marches are made, people are taken, never to reawaken. Here are the presenters, Israeli armed forces performing massacres, because that's what their cruelty prefers, hunger and thirst in their daily lives, but that's not even the worst. Bombs are interspersed, where there's gaps and scraps, Israel claps. Thousands died, be careful where you step. The grave is wide, Holocaust reversed. Palestinian lives never to be dispersed. Gaza strives, but I wonder if help ever arrives.
Anything else from the group over there? Demanding things? Do we have a brother who want to go? We got the other brother, the phantom brother. He goes and comes, only with poems.
This is when I used to think I was a rapper, so back in high school. So let's see how this goes. What is it? Let's see. Life is like a play, and depending on the ending, it could be happy or nasty, going up or descending. It's kind of like a stage. God's breath is on the page of the screenplay. Dreams they become less with age. The only difference is you can't rewind or stop time. If you're not in character, you're changing up the plot line. Sometimes there's no stop signs or green lights, so we neither slow or go depending on what seems right. Only time will tell, and time rarely gossips. Only time will tell, and time rarely gossips. Leaks secrets to philosophers, conscious and prophets and holy diplomats, explain to you this and that with the concept of eternity, worthy, intact. Decisions we give in like a road with a fork, each with a consequence like a toad and a wart. The road isn't short. It's a long one in the long run, but it could be cut short only if you pick the wrong one. Determine the route. Such a burden is truth, because we all try to dine with the serpent with fruit. But there's a worm in the fruit. Squirm, germs, leave them to the birds in the coop. Time flies like an arrow with the wings of a sparrow. Then death's pet arrives and you left without a scarecrow. It eats the wheat that makes the bread of life. Till there's none left in sight, you could be dead tonight. Hours pass, dash down the hourglass till a beach is beneath it. Rock bottom is pretty fast.
You want more?
I do, but that's okay. It's all good.
Your choice, man.
It's all good.
Hey, did you guys hear what he said? He said, time will tell, but it doesn't gossip. That's hot. Okay? He said it twice, too. Make sure you guys understood that. The guys, did you guys understand that? You guys just thinking about other stuff? All the guys are like this. I like that line. You got something you want to do something? All right. Do we have a sister? Okay, a sister in the back. Hold up. We had a guy. We'll you next.
This poem is by
Jonathan Reed. It's called The Lost Generation. I am part of a lost generation, and I refuse to believe that. I can change the world. I realize this may be a shock, but happiness comes within. It is a lie, and money will make me happy. So in 30 years, I will tell my children they are not the most important thing in my life. My employer will know that I have my priorities straightened because work is more important than family. I tell you this, once upon a time, families stayed together, but this will not be true in my era. This is a quick fix society. Experts tell me 30 years from now, I'll be celebrating the 10th anniversary of my divorce. I do not concede that I will live in a country of my own making. In the future, environmental discussion will be the norm. No longer can it be said that my peers and I care about this earth. It will be evident that my generation is apathic and lethargic. It is too foolish to presume that there is hope, and all this will come true unless we revise it.
Jazakumullah khair. Got the young brother over here. You want to do something, right? Huh? You could have came this way, bro. Let him do his thing.
I'm not gonna do a poem.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna do a poem, but I have good news. There's free food outside if anybody wants. No, I'm serious. The food committee is trying to get rid of the food, so it's good food. It's not rotten or anything, but I'm just let you guys know there's free food outside.
You can't do that, man. When people are trying to do poems, bro, they're all gonna leave. Man. What's your name, bro? Othman. Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm from Dearborn. My name is Uthman. And this poem is about Palestine. What if everyone at a time would look at Palestine and would give at least a dime? They would stand up and stop the crime. And they would find out that they're not doing fine. Find out the children are dying and the parents are crying. Look at the skies to see missiles flying. But the kuffar are lying to themselves, thinking that we are slime, but the least that we could do is rhyme.
Good job. MashaAllah, Jazakumullah khair. I just want to re-emphasize again, even if you have the worst poem in the world, like mine, to get up here and do it is a win. You won. Just let you know. Okay. We got Hadid. Anybody else? Okay, we got Hadid, and then we'll get you. Hadid, right? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hadil. So sorry, wallahi. Oh, your last name's Hadadi, right, or something? All right, I'm done. Hadid, go ahead. So sorry, man. Hadid.
This is a poem wrote by Hisham Hasabel. The honest one. He grows up in purity, free from the smears of passion and folly. He needs not to shed tears of regret for succumbing to the needs of the beast, which resides inside, not a friend in the least. Slumber would overtake him whenever he would think to indulge in passion, play in density, or drink. A day of heat, and to disrobe they proposed. He would fall to the ground to avoid being exposed. The holy house has fallen into disarray. The foundations broken into terrible display. A pledge was made to rebuild the shrine so that sacred presence can once again shine. The stones were cleared, the dust was cleaned, the new house built on, and its stability gleaned. Together do the tribes work sweet and stand to witness the glory of the Lord at hand. Yet now comes the absolute greatest task, and forever in honor let the door bask. To set the black stone in its holy place, led the brothers to fall from their exalted place, each tribe pledging to battle, faith in blood, if it was not they who set the great stone. A barbarian standoff, risking a bloody flood, their ugly sides now completely bare and shown. A comprised was struck to put violence at bay. Let him who enters this gate save the day. And when they beheld him, they erupted in glee. With the honest one, we are all very happy. Bring them together he did, with poise and grace, and averted bloodshed in a sacred place. A foreshadowing of the man's future glory. Beautiful it is. How goes this man's story?
Thank you. Thank you, Hadil. Thank you. We have time for maybe two more. We have one over here. We have one over here. And then we have one more. Right, Cheyenne, or what? Two more total? Okay, so we have one guy over here who's been trying to do one. So we gotta do a girl and she already presented. Let's just try and get one person. Because we have one over there. We're gonna do a sister, man. We're gonna do a sister. Okay, I don't know what to do. How about this? Who wants to come up from the girls? You do? Who else? You do? Okay, both of you guys come up. But you gotta be quick. Let's go. You too, sister. Here you go.
My name is Yasmin, and I wrote this several minutes before coming, so I hope you like it. I was born in Chicago. I'm from Palestine. Life can be complicated, so listen to this rhyme. I wear the hijab. It's who I am, a part of me. Unfortunately, people are blind. They can't see the beauty of modesty. I'm trying hard. I hope you can see. Trying hard to be the best I can be. But racist slurs come flying from here and there. It's hard, truly hard to bear. But I keep my chin up, knowing it will be all right. For Allah is the most merciful. He will guide me to the light. I am an American Muslim.
All right, you're pulling out? Oh, man. Okay, now we're in a position now. What am I supposed to do? Okay, sister, come on. And then we'll try to get, because she went up already. I mean, we're just trying everybody to be fair. If it's too long, I'm gonna pull the mic out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Bismillah. Actually, this is my first time reading this. This poem is called a modern hijab poem. What do you see when you look at me? Do you see someone limited or someone free? All some people can do is just look and stare, simple because they can't see my hair. Others think I am controlled and uneducated. They think that I am limited and unliberated. They are so thankful that they are not me because they would like to remain free. Well, free isn't exactly the word I would have used, describing women who are cheated on and abused. They think that I do not have opinions or voice. They think that being hooded isn't my choice. They think that the hood makes me look caged, that my husband or dad are totally outraged. All they can do is look at me in fear, and in my eye there is a tear. Not because I have been stared at or made fun of, but because people are ignoring the one up above. On the day of judgment, they will be the fools because they were too ashamed to play by their own rules. Maybe the guys won't think that I am cutie, but at least I am filled with more inner beauty. See, I have been declined from being a guy's toy because I won't let myself be controlled by a boy. Real men are able to appreciate my mind and aren't busy looking at my behind. Hooded girls are the ones really helping the Muslim cause. The role that we play definitely deserve applause. I will be recognized because I am smart and bright, and because some people are inspired by my sight. The smart ones are attracted by my tranquility. In the back of their minds, they wish they were me. We have the strength to do what we think is right, even if it means putting up a lifelong fight. You see, we are not controlled by a mini skirt and tight shirt. We are given only respect and never treated like dirt. So you see, we are the ones that are free and liberated. We are not the ones that are sexually terrorized and violated. We are the ones that are free and pure. We're free of STDs that have no cure. So when people ask you how you feel, about the hood, just sum it up by saying, baby, it's all good.
Jazakumullah khair. I like the ending. All right. Let's go. What's up, man? You got a problem, bro? You've been talking all day. All right, young man, let's go. It's appropriate, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What? Screw that. Okay. Just 6 clicks away from 5,000 friends. No clue what today is or what's on CNN. I should really get dressed or at least shave my pits. But with all these new friends, I can't stop the clicks. Glued to the screen like some kind of affliction. Welcome to Facebook, the world's latest addiction.
Okay, I know we want. Let's go, yalla. Clap it up.
It's called I Have a Home in Every Arab Country. Okay. I have a home in every Arab country, a sister from Syria, a cousin from Jordan, a brother in Gaza, a mother and aunt in every one of those places, whose hearts shattered as they watched their sons bleed out. Their pure blood feeding the soil, nourishing it, letting the ground grow stronger, to hold their bodies closely, promising to protect them after their noble sacrifice. I have a home in every Arab country, a promise to stand by them, to cry for them, to pray for them, to fight for them, and the freedom they actually deserve, that they actually fought for. I have a home that's being attacked every night, a family that I see get murdered, my sisters and brothers who are lying next to each other, their blood pouring into one big puddle. Their house is gone, where my sister once took her first steps across the living room, where my brother used to lie on the carpet and do his homework, where my mother used to bring out the freshly baked bread and the minty tea. There sits the rocket that killed them, and killed the memories that they spent so long in that house creating. So their children would be left with something to love about their home later, even when their neighbors are being killed, or their power goes out, or they run out of food. I have a home that's locked in 4 walls, a prison made of cylinder blocks. My family stuck inside, their voices inaudible from the outside. There's no way out, there's no way in, there's just a way to fight, the only way to live. I have a home that people don't know its name, a home that people thought was fine, stable, safe. Safe? Safe is being able to sleep at night without wondering if that helicopter flying over your house will shoot a rocket at you as you try to count the sheep before you sleep. Safe is knowing you will have a father when you wake up in the morning, that he will go to work and come home to the smell of your mother's cooking. Your mother will give him a kiss and you will all sit at the table and eat dinner. Safe is saying your home is your sanctuary, that you can go to the mosque, bow down to your God, and believe that you will be able to finish the prayer and thank God that you did. I have a home in every Arab country, a sister in tears over Syria, a cousin trying to keep Jordan intact, a brother crying over his dead children in Gaza. I have an aunt who has given her child to her Lord, hoping that he is the last child to die for his country, that he will be the one to stop this chaos, to save his parents, siblings, aunts, and uncles, that he will be the hero who granted his home freedom, and help those who left their home feel at home again, feel safe again.
All right, last poem of the day. We saved the best for last.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I have actually 2 haikus. Who knows what a haiku is? Everybody, whoever knows what a haiku is, raise your hand. Okay, well, this first haiku, haiku is basically, well, you guys are on the mic, so I can't ask you. 3 lines, with each line, the first line 5 vowels, second line 7 vowels, third line 5 vowels again. This first haiku, did I say vowels? Yes, I said vowels. Syllables, I'm sorry. This first haiku is about something that happened to me. It was a very painful experience. In Tarawih, rice falling from his beard, burps right in my face. And the second one, I write for the convention, and I hope I'm not talking about any of you guys. I sit in the lobby, flirting well into the night. Watch out for Amuz.
All right, Jazakallah khair. Thank you for everybody who did their poems. Thank you for attending. Thank you for helping, supporting everything. We gotta make religion fun, because if it's not fun, you won't do these things. You do other stuff, it's haram. So inshallah, man, next time we'll keep it going. We'll do more like this.